Topics on the screen. Number one, is there a plot to take down black male celebrities? Number two, Tyler Perry being sued for ex harassment. Number three, R. Kelly, Diddy, Bill Cosby, and now Tyler Perry. Definitely wasn't shocked about Tyler Perry at all. If you know, you know. He's had quite a few rumors of this type of behavior back in the day. I know that there was like this guy, he was on like, I think it was Tasha K, that said that he blackballed him for the same thing. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for some more people to get in the box for the same thing. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for some more people to get in the box. Yeah, just waiting for some more people to get in the box. Yeah, yeah. All right, you guys, just waiting for some more people to get in the box. We'll talk about the topics on the screen. Yeah. Hello? Yeah. Did anybody tell you that this is an all, never mind, let me stop. All party? No. Uh, hey, how you doing, Calandra?
Think it's a plot to take black men down. I think they just be out here doing stuff that they should.
Calandra, that prompt, that question is a joke. Okay, I'm trying to be funny.
But you know how a lot of these black men do get on these outs and say that it's a plot
I know.
take
That's
us
why I
down.
put it
They
up
want to
there.
bring another black man down.
That's why I put it up
Why
there.
was he doing stuff to get brought down? Like,
Yeah, that's why I put it on there. I was just trying to be funny.
I was surprised to hear about Tyler Perry though, because I just not Tyler. Like Diddy, oh yeah, he guilty. He did it. But I was surprised to hear that about Tyler Perry.
It's been a lot of rumors about Tyler Perry, Calandra. I remember
Not him being I can kind of believe that.
he had rumors about him doing that to dudes. I think it was Sasha K. Some guy, if I'm not mistaken, I have to
Christian
fact check
Keys.
it.
Are you talking about Christian Keys?
Not Christian Keys, even though, they said that he might have got paid off or whatever, but no, it was like a regular guy that wasn't that famous or whatever that was trying to be an actor that went on Tasha K, if I'm not mistaken, and alluded to the fact that he blackballed him and stuff like that because he wouldn't do anything with him. He's had a few allegations like this. So it's just that he's been able to keep them like somewhat low key.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now,
And
who
then
they
you don't
say
remember the
that?
Boondocks episode?
I do remember that episode. But you
Like,
know what? I can believe it though, because his shows compared to like the ones he had on, they're very explicit. Like I was watching Beauty and the Black, and I'm like, oh my God, like this is a lot.
yeah. And with Tyler Perry, I just he gives very much that he casts men that he's attracted to. Cause even if you don't find the men that he casts attractive, he definitely casts a certain type of man that like they look a certain type of way, regardless of the race of the man that he casts. I mean, I definitely think that I mean, I don't know any woman that could look at Tyler Perry and think that that's a, hetero male. Or, even thinking about like the Boondocks episode that he was so upset, you know, that he got the episode pulled, you know, or you can still, now you can watch it streaming like on HBO Max, but yeah. let's see here. The wise fool. Who is this? Is this a? I can't see who this is. Yeah. The wise fool says, "How has black celebrity benefited the black community?" I never said it did. So, and I guess for people that don't know me, the prompt is a joke. Oh my goodness. I really don't believe there's a plot. I believe it's men doing things that they have no business doing. But I thought that mostly people that would be joining would be people that normally join. So they would already know by the emojis after that that it is definitely a sarcastic prompt. But what does that have to do with the topics on the screen? I'm confused. But yeah, yeah, but Calandra, I'll just say, definitely his stuff is amped up the, being explicit, more explicit now, for sure. Cause he ain't used to be like that. Not like that. But now it's like really out of control. I definitely control. I definitely
One of them episodes of Beauty and the Black, and I had to turn it off because I'm like, hold on, that was a lot. That was a lot. Like, he has gotten explicit, especially when it comes to the men dating each other in the shows.
yeah.
I had to turn that episode off. I was like, oh, he too freaky for me.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree. And some of the positions that he puts him in is just like, okay. But I think he's repressed, probably due to the fact that he still wants to be in like extremely religious Christian spaces. And that's weird. Like, don't live a lie. Like, if you know that the spaces that you're going to be in, they're not going to be with that, then go to some different spaces instead of faking a funk, and trying to pretend that you like ladies, because we know that you don't. I mean, I don't know how any woman could, like, look at him and think that he likes women on any level. But I beyond that, because that's not even the issue. The issue is trying to force yourself onto men that don't want you to do that. That's actually disgusting and predatory. But every time people are shocked by a man doing that, girl, he's not dating no woman on this show. If he is, she's a beard. A beard.
I
That man
never,
does not like women. He does
my
not like women.
they said he was dating that girl, but I always thought that about Tyler Perry, and even like he gives those vibes of being like that.
Absolutely.
But I agree with you. Like, if he's that way, then just say that. I mean, that's your life.
Yeah, living your truth for real. I don't know why he doesn't do it. But the only thing is that when people act surprised about like Tyler Perry and Diddy and R. Kelly and a whole bunch of other men that have power, using that like power, privilege, wealth, whatever, they act shocked that they're transactional men that are saying like, "Hey, yeah, I'll get you on this show, or I'll get you this record deal, or I'll do this, that, and for you, but you gotta sleep with me. You gotta do something for me." Come on now, let's be for real here. The reason why is because that's the nature of men generally. Because you got men out here that are broke bums that don't have anything, that take you out for a meal and think that you're supposed to drop the draws, buy you a drink at the club and think that they own you. So you think a man that is going to give you an opportunity to get a whole show around you, or you're going to be a star on an episode and it's going to like, catapult you into fame, or you're getting $10,000, $20,000 an episode, you think that those men wouldn't take advantage of having that amount of power? Like, they would.
So he
For
said
sure.
older guys do it. So of course people with money would do it. And that's the part I never understood about people. And then the blaming the victims. Like with this Diddy trial, like he was out here doing stuff. Like he's not innocent. He was doing stuff to those women. And he, like you say, he was using his power of who he was. Like, what be wrong with people? Like, I don't understand. Like, it ain't no plot to take them down. They did that to themselves.
Exactly. And I think that though, this type of excuse making, that's generally speaking, I feel from what I see, It's a logic that's only if we're talking about strictly the black community, because of course, we got predators and other races and groups and demographics. But when it comes to the black community, this type of coddling and reasoning and insane, thought process is only directed towards black men. They're the only ones given grace and the benefit of the doubt, even though it's very clearly that they're on some trifling type of time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I read the text messages. Anytime, and this goes with like if you're talking to, like if you're a woman, you're talking to men on the phone, if they try to find some type of way to bring up something actual, they trying to see if they can steer the conversation there so that they can try to get in where they fit in. He was asking that man, telling that man, I'm horny. What in the world are you telling somebody that work on a show of yours that you're horny and that you feel sorry for the first person that flirt with you? That's automatically, you know what you're doing. You're definitely trying to open that man up to talking to you nasty so you can say, come on and let me do something. I mean, that's clearly what it is. Imagine you just talking to a coworker, right? That's giving you no indication that they like you, and you tell them, I'm horny. I'm horny right now. I mean, you be the person be like, excuse me? You're what? Why are you telling me you horny? Who cares? Like, we not gonna be doing nothing. Like, be for real. But yet it's gonna be people that still make excuses for this man. And I have no idea why. Like, I mean, I don't think you can trust any man that's running around here, that's running around here for years with a grandma dress on and silicone titties bouncing in the air. Like, that's already an unstable man, if you ask me. And I know people think it's cute, and I'm not even gonna act like I haven't watched some of Tyler Perry stuff and even some of Medea's stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like he's unstable and weird anyway. Like, and I just wish he would stop this whole thing of trying to link himself up with women to throw off the rumors. Nobody's gonna believe you. At least nobody intelligent. Nobody intelligent is gonna believe that this man is dating a woman. Like, at all. He never gave that. Even when he was in Why Did I Get Married and other things where he had a female love interest. Like, that man never gave that he likes you like what we have. Never. It never gave that. Never, ever. Honestly. But yeah, I just wanted to say no, it's not a plot to take down black male celebrities. Not at all. It's powerful men taking advantage of people. And I don't understand why people act so shocked that there are powerful men trying to take advantage of people when men that don't have hardly no power or nothing try to take advantage of people if they got something that somebody needs. Men that have, that rent out apartments, trying to sleep with women if they go, if they're late on their rent, or trying to sleep with women because they bought them a meal or bought them a drink. Or men trying to say, hey, if you want me to be in our child's life, you got to give me actual access to you still, or I'm not going to be around. Anytime a man is in a position of power against somebody else, a lot of times they use that power to try to take advantage. This has happened for longer than any of us that are listening to this right now have been alive. So I don't understand the shock by it. Like, oh, I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised that these rich men are trying to take advantage of men. Like, why? Why are you shocked? Rich men been doing that. Poor men been doing that. In between men been doing that. And it's going to continue because a lot of men are predators. Hey, good morning, Miss Chrissy, baby. And, me personally, I don't feel sorry for none of them. I don't feel sorry for R. Kelly. No, I don't. Even with all of this stuff where he's talking about somebody's trying to overdose him and all that stuff, I don't feel sorry for R. Kelly. You did what you did. You thought it was funny when you was, you know what I'm saying, urinating on folks. That's what you get. I don't feel sorry for Diddy either. That's what you get. You over there in the hallway beating the brakes off women, kicking them and all that stuff, smacking them up, making them do things they don't want to do. I don't feel sorry for you at all.
And then the reason why I really don't feel sorry for Diddy is because he knew he had that video beating that girl like that. And the fact that you came out and made a statement that people were just trying to take you down with lies, like what? I know, like this narcissism on so many levels. He knew he had those evidence of what he did to Cassie and was out here on tour saying, I didn't do none of that stuff. I don't know why people are saying that about me.
Exactly. And he knew that he beat the brakes off of that girl and had the nerve to go to the BET Awards and give her a shout out. He knew that that girl tried to contact him, and honestly, Diddy, in my opinion, is just like Tory Lanez. He's just like Tory Lanez. Diddy, in my opinion, is just like Tory Lanez. He's just like Tory Lanez because he brought the whole situation on himself by not doing what he needed to do. Like Meg Thee Stallion, perfect example with her. She was not cooperating with law enforcement or anything until this man kept antagonizing her online and putting, false narratives about her. That's what made her do it. Now, as far as Cassie goes, they said in them documents that all she wanted that man to do was read the book that she wrote. Read the book and apologize to her sincerely, and act like he cared. D refused to do it. So now that girl got mad and said, okay, you won't read my book. You won't listen to what you did to me. Because sometimes for certain people that have been wronged, all they want is the person to realize what they did and sincerely apologize. Some people are weird like that. Now, you didn't do it, and now look at you. Now look at you. With her coming out, it caused a whole avalanche of everything else to fall down on you. Like, honestly, I feel like Diddy and Tory Lanez are the most idiotic. They're dumber than all the other ones, to be honest. And my thing is that if Diddy gets found guilty and as he sits there in prison, think about that, homie, as your kids waste and burn through your money. You know what I'm saying? And if you ever do get out, he's already old. I think Diddy's like 50 something. So you may not even make it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you think about that as you sit there.
After her lawsuit dropped, you remember after her lawsuit dropped in November, and all these other lawsuits started coming out. Diddy was on live. I didn't do none of this stuff. People are lying on me. I don't know what she talked about, but you know what you did, and that is like the narcissism deal. Like you don't like untouchable mentality. Like you knew you had no videos and those phones of what you did to that girl, and you out here saying, I don't know what she talking about.
Yep, I mean, I definitely agree. I think when he sit out there, when he get whatever sentence he gonna get, because I believe that he's getting sentenced. So when he sits there and he's sitting there for all of them years, eating ramen noodles and summer sausages and Vienna sausages and whatever other processed food that they got there for these inmates or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I he has to think about, oh, maybe if I had not been so crazy, if I had not taken my power and abused it, if I had at least apologized honestly and did right by the women who I harmed, maybe I wouldn't be in this situation. Maybe if I didn't, force women to do things that they didn't want to do, I wouldn't be in this position. Because with 50 Cent baby mama Daphne Joy, if he hadn't treated her the way that he treated her and elevated Young Miami while he was treating her real bad, she probably would have pled the fifth or something like that. Because they could have said something else to where they didn't say all what they said. They said all what they said. You can't go through your life for years and years and years and years and years treating people like that and expect that one day you're not going to get what you deserve. I think what goes around will always come around, whether you got money or not. And so what's done in the dark is going to come to the light. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, And for the people that are coming in and comment now, I just want y'all to know that the topic that I have up there is sarcastic. The prompt is sarcastic. I don't believe that there's a plot to take down black male celebrities. I don't at all. I believe that it happens to them because they're degenerates, you know? And if you say, well, we know that people are jealous, they don't want black men to make it or get money. Well, black men know that too, right? They know that people don't want black people to have nothing. So if you know that people don't want black people to have nothing, and they don't want you to be a millionaire or a billionaire or succeed, then why would you give them any ammunition to use against you? Why would you be out here raping people, assaulting people, beating the brakes off people, being a degenerate, making women do things that they don't want to do? Like, why would you do that? As a man, why are you beating up women in the hallway of a hotel? You get what you deserve. Like, honestly and truly, like, you brought it on yourself. And the fact that it's people that want to put it on the women is crazy. Charlie Sheen is disgusting. But I'm not white, bro. Okay? Like, black people very generally are not concerned with white tea people. And just so you know, Charlie Sheen got sued. He got exposed as well. And I think that a lot of y'all would know that if y'all paid attention to the people that you want to bring up. That's what's crazy. Let me block you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not about to play with you. Matter of fact, I'll send you a request to get in the box. You got 30
They took
seconds
him off
to get in the box.
he was taken off the show though, so I don't understand.
Yes, yeah, I don't know what they talk about either, Calandra. Because it's like y'all want to call people a sellout when they speak about black
Auntie
people being
Ruckus.
black.
Get Charlie Sheen too, Auntie
Oh,
Ruckus.
okay. I got Charlie Sheen has
Auntie
been
Ruckus.
God, dummy. Did you hear what I said, dummy?
Get Charlie Sheen too,
Sheen's
Auntie
been
Ruckus.
God. He's been God. You need to be God. You need to be God. And that's what I'm saying. Makes sense.
Cool.
Makes sense. Immature. Let me drop you. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Bye. Bye. Because you don't want to have a conversation. You want to be a weirdo. If you think that I'm a coon and you think that I'm going to defend black men, you smoking the most premium stuff in the whole world. If you think I would dare protect somebody like you. Like, you got to be crazy. You got to be smoking. Like, you got to be smoking. No, like, legitimately. You know what I'm saying? But let me block you, though. Have a great day. And my thing is that it's so funny that black men want to call you. I could never be what y'all are. Y'all literally go out in the world and tell other races of people that they're better than the women in your community. Y'all literally go and tell white tea women, white tea Latinas, Asian women that y'all want to have light-skinned children and erase y'all lineage. Y'all are the biggest Uncle Ruckuses of all time, and the world knows it. Because that's the first thing somebody say to a black woman to try to make her upset. So I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking. That's the pot calling the kettle black for real. Like, I can't believe it. And like, I don't know. It's like sometimes I think some black men live in delusion about who they are, what their representation is. Because if you would think that it's like, let's just say somebody, it's like, let me see. I don't know if I can say his name. Okay, it's like Yitler. Yitler calling me hateful. You know what I'm saying? Saying that I'm a bad person. I would say, excuse me, why would you call me a bad person? You're actually horrible. How could you say that about me? It's the same thing when it comes to black men, like, honestly. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Yes, and magically, I definitely agree. They put more energy into protecting oppressors than defending against them. For sure. Hey, Calandra, thanks for coming up, Calandra. Appreciate you. Oh, hey, magically, I accidentally sent your request, but if you want to speak, you can, sis.
I just want to say that you're a breath of fresh air. I see a shift happening where more people are starting to wake up in many different avenues. And this is what's going to make things actually shift in the direction that it's supposed to go in. I was just thinking about this morning because for the longest time, it seemed like the more abusive a person is to black people, whether they're white or black or whoever, it's like the more oppressive they are to other black people, the more people take up for them. But then the more a person tries to actually protect Black people or stick up for Black people, especially when it comes to the women and children, especially when said people are female, it seems like more people are programmed to actually go in and stop them and silence them, you know? So thank you for this.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I think that a big problem that we have in the Black community is not holding Black men accountable for anything and constantly coddling them and babying them and making it seem like in whatever scenario it is, even if they've caused, immense harm, that it's not their fault, that it's, the white T-man's fault or it's the Black woman's fault. Oh, it's her fault that you unalived her. She shouldn't have talked to you that way. She shouldn't have said that to you. She shouldn't have did that. It's not the fact that you are an emotionally unregulated, violent lunatic. No, it's her. It's all her fault. Oh, you know what? You raped that girl. You SA your niece. Oh, it's her fault. She shouldn't have had those shorts on. She shouldn't have did that and the third. This, that, and the third. It happens so much in the Black community, and people will say, "Oh, well, it happens in other communities too." It could. I don't know. I don't care though.
We don't live
You know what I'm
there.
saying? Yes, we don't live there.
Like, it's like we have to focus on, it's like, it's great to call everybody out, and but you go where you like, to the community that you resonate with the most, or where you're at. You have to fix what's fix what's in your neck of the woods before you go out somewhere else. So
Yes.
it has nothing to do with, trying to attack our own people. It's about, like, this is our community. This is where we live at. This is where like we lay our heads. And so, you're going to pay attention to what's going on in your own backyard first before you go out someplace else.
Exactly. And they'll tell you like the weird guy that was up here that was talking about what about Charlie Sheen. They'll use these people as an indicator of morality. And it's just like, when have what white people are allowed to get away with, or what is allowed to go on in their community? When have white people been the measuring stick for morality? I think we all know historically they've never been moral people at all. They've always done unconscionable things to literally everybody that they came across. So why would you expect them to hold anybody accountable, whatever they do, unless it's just so much out the ordinary? And let's be clear here. What is his name? Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and others. There have been some white powerful males that have been, so-called punished or whatever in their communities as well. So I don't want to hear about the whataboutism every time it comes to a Black man doing something wrong.
Exactly. And then it's like, when some of these men get, and I don't mean to generalize all Black men. My dad's a Black man. I have brothers that are Black men, although like one of those two, fall in this very category. I hate to say it, but it's true. And more people need to be more honest about it. But it's crazy to me how, they make it seem like the world is against them. But the fact that some of these men were able to become millionaires and become people who were somehow elevated into being upper class. First of all, there were pretty much plenty Black people supporting them, including Black women, including the Black women they claim tried to hold them down. But it's crazy. Claim tried to hold them down. But it's crazy to me how, like, some of these men, when they get into these powerful positions, they actually go and start to mimic the oppressors. Now, there was probably also a high chance that they were like that before they got there too. But they will actually try and mimic more of the oppressor's energy once they get into these high positions, so that they can oppress more people. And then, get mad when they get caught. And it's like, well, you're actually mimicking. Like, all of a sudden you want to talk about, you're not going after these white men, but these are like the people that you're also mimicking at the same time. And then you get mad when you're caught, and you should know better. You should know that they're going to come after you first as a Black man before they get to the white man. But you chose to go down that route.
Exactly.
The white man. But you chose to go down that route.
Exactly. I was saying that if you're a black man and you know that they don't want to see you have money, they don't want to see you have power and privilege, and somehow you're able to carve that out for yourself, why in the world would you think that you're going to be able to move like the white T men move and be able to essay and grape and beat and abuse and terrorize? Like, why would you think that eventually your number wouldn't be called and that you would have to pay greatly for all of your actions? You know, like it just doesn't
Exactly.
make any sense.
Especially after the fact that even some of these white men are finally getting caught. That white
Exactly.
men that are more powerful than them, like socially or celebrity wise. So if they're getting caught, you should know that it's only you know, it's your justice is coming. Justice is coming around the corner when it comes to collect from you. So
Yeah, definitely agree. And I think that also another reason why these men are able to do it or they feel comfortable in doing it is because the black community as a collective, and this definitely includes a nice percentage of black women, that they will stand behind predators. They will stand behind bogus black men that have done ungodly things. They will make excuses for them and say, oh, it's not that bad, or oh, he didn't really do that, or make all of these different excuses. I also think another great example of that is 50 Cent. 50 Cent on Father's Day was on his social media trolling both the mothers of his children, calling the mother, the Filipino one, calling her a B word and saying he was gonna get full custody and terrorizing her and saying all of these things, even though this man he was charged with domestic violence and breaking into her home in 2013 and destroying everything in her apartment and putting his hands on her and all of these things. He took a plea and they dropped some of the charges. But this is a man that has already abused that woman and is on record having done it. On record as being, allegedly, surrounding, possibly setting the house on fire of his first baby mama so that she couldn't live there. And my thing is, he's still loved in the black community. People still attack his baby mama, his first one, call her a bitter black woman and say, oh, this is why black men go to the foreigns and all of this other stuff. Even though he's also treated his second baby mama horribly, exposed her being, the Jane Doe, even though she's the mother of his child. And if she's not mentally stable, she's not going to be a good mother to his son that she said he doesn't see very often. But does he care about that? No. And does he care about, oh, well, I got all of these shows that the black community is watching. I should want to present myself better than to seem like I'm a man that abuses women. But no. And I even remember way back, y'all, if y'all remember Tierra Marie. And remember Tierra Marie, some dude that she was messing with, had posted revenge corn pictures. And 50 Cent had shared that on his page. And she had sued him. And I was so upset that she lost the lawsuit, because why in the world would you share that picture? Like, that's something that you didn't have to do. That girl didn't do nothing to you. Why would you share that picture? He must have had like really great lawyers, because I don't understand how not only do they make it okay for him to share a picture that he didn't have to share of her in an intimate situation, but then make her pay him. He should have been minding his business. That had nothing to do with him. Like, he's a horrible individual, but yet he is still loved in the black community. People still talk about watching Kanan and all of that other stuff, and BMF and all of these other things. And it's crazy to me. Like, I don't understand it. Imagine if there was a black woman that was a celebrity that was trolling black men the way he trolls black women, that abused black men on record, did all of these things. Do you think that she would still be getting loved and uplifted in the black community? No, she wouldn't. But for some reason, if a black man is abusive or negative or toxic, or he harms black women or women in general, the black community puts him on a pedestal. And I think that's something that we've got to acknowledge. Like, black men love to identify and see other black men that harm black women. They do. They love it. And they show you that they love it. Look at how Tory Lanez's popularity skyrocketed after he was accused and charged with harming Meg Thee Stallion. It's something that dirty that goes on in the black community. And when you tell them, like, hey, y'all don't respect black women, y'all don't care about them, look at how y'all treat them, people always want to come up with all type of excuses. You know what I'm saying? All type of excuses for it. But it's right there in front of your face. It's right there in front of your face. It's really ridiculous to me. And but it is what it is. I don't think that type of sickness that we have in the black community is going to be, resolved anytime soon. And of course, there are black women like, Magically and I up here right now that are against that. But it's still a lot of black women that will defend these men and will attack you. Like, it's plenty of black women that will know that their daughters or their nieces have been touched by a man in their family and will just let it go and will protect that man with all that they got. It's actually scary. It's scary because the level of protection that, black men and black women afford black men is never reciprocated and given to black women, ever. It's never given to black women. It's crazy. It's wild. Let me see y'all comments. BG Lavish, you said Erykah Badu was defending R. Kelly and calling black girls fast. I didn't even know that. That's disgusting, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised though. Let's see here. Miss Chrissy baby. Hey, how you doing, sis? You said they do it with family members and local community leaders. Absolutely. BG Lavish, you said you had to block your brother after he defended Tory Lanez. I agree. And hey, how you doing, Nelly Jelly? Let's see here. Zenon Zequel says, let me go back up here. Dag, I just missed the comments. I don't even know. They just disappeared. Went back down. Yeah. Yeah, you guys. But yeah, I just she was talking about, BG Lavish says she was talking about black girls wearing skirts too short. That's, you know what? It's crazy for Erykah Badu to talk about anybody wearing skirts or anything that's too short, talking about clothing when this lady literally did a music video butt naked. Butt naked. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You know what, Fairy Godmother? I ain't even gonna talk about her before her crazy stands come out. Yeah, that's crazy though, BG Lavish, for real. But I really do think that this Tyler Perry thing, it shouldn't be shocking to nobody. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't be shocking. If you actually are discerning, you could totally tell that Tyler Perry definitely, Go ahead, Magically.
I was going to say there was actually a man that uploaded a video with a similar story to the white guy, but he never said who it was. And he got bullied so bad, people were suspecting that he was talking about Tyler Perry, but he didn't really come out and say exactly who, but he claimed
Christian Keys. Christian Keys.
Yeah. And, you could tell that he wanted to give his name, but it was like he was scared or something. Maybe he was paid off. But it's kind of crazy that somebody comes with a similar story, not exactly the same, but it's similar. But, there's men, they have this pattern where it's like if you're a victim, if you were a victim to something that they did to you, but you never told anybody, and somebody else came forward with like a story that was almost similar, you could tell that there's like truth to it because you've experienced something similar. But yeah, I found that interesting. But can you imagine like how safer our communities would be if people went as hard on people that are actually murdering us off in our communities?
Oh, you got to say unaliving.
Oh, I'm sorry. Unalive. But yeah, it's just weird to me. Like we're having our loved ones being unalived and children and teenagers being unalived by our own people, but nobody has any energy for it. Nobody has as much energy for it. Of course, like some people get upset and they might cry over it. But then if there's somebody that knows something or knows who's doing it, nobody says anything to that person. Like there's like this energy that they're displaying when it comes to attacking women that are just looking to protect their people. It's like they don't even the issues that they should be paying attention to, the issues that they should be having smoke for, they don't. It's just like they just go on about their day like it's nothing, when this is a huge safety issue that needs to be addressed. But then when it comes to celebrities that don't give two shits about them, celebrities that are actually harvesting energy from them anyway, they'll fight to the death for those people. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I think it's I think some of it is like celebrity worship. And a lot of Americans and I think it's other, demographics do it too in different parts. I'll just speak about Americans. I think we have celebrity worship here in America real hard. And then when you add the celebrity worship with the black male worship too, that just adds even more to it. So it makes these men almost untouchable. Oh, and then also if you add massage noir, because this same type of, worship or, standards to stand beside a black male celebrity above all else, that doesn't apply to the women though. It doesn't apply to them. Like the community can easily turn on a black female celebrity very easily. It's just like if you think about Halle Bailey, how everybody was saying, she was a Little Mermaid, she was innocent, she was this, that, and the third, and all of these things they were putting on that girl. And then all of a sudden, when it came time to choose between an abusive black man that already had a history of toxic relationships and getting into it with women, they chose the man, as they normally do, and tore this girl to pieces. So much so that she had to turn off her comments and things like that. It just, I don't know how often you can see it in the black community, like until people like actually, take it seriously. Like literally, like I said, black men can do no wrong in the black community. To against another woman, like against a woman, and the excuses will be made. He could do anything and still be uplifted. It's actually, I don't know. It's crazy, and to see black women do it is even more crazy to me, because the men that you defend, they would never ever do it for you. They would never do it for you. So it's like, what are you doing? I don't know.
I think part of also what could be causing it is like some of these people have an issue with their own mama. And instead of just understanding that it's their mother that did it, they project it on all women. So it's like they see other black women as a reflection of their mother that might have done them wrong, even having the people that they're projecting against is nothing like their mother, beyond like just being a black woman and having the experience of a black woman in this type of society. But I think that's another reason why. And that's not cool at all, because you should judge each person by, like who they are as an individual, and not by what somebody that looks like them did to you, if that makes sense.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to say. I just want to respond to Angela in the comments. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm confused at what you're trying to say. Like, what are you talking about? Like, could you? I don't know. Can you come up? I don't because I don't know what that. First of all, I don't know what your typing has to do with what we're saying, and then number two, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Angela says there are bad men and women. We have to learn to vet men properly. Yeah, I think that we all know that, but what's that got to do with Tyler Perry and all of this other stuff? It's really weird. And I always find it weird when you talk about like black men and their behavior, and then you always have a woman that will come up and say, oh, women need to use discernment. Women need to choose better. I wish that y'all would know that that is also a form of worship, because you can't stand to see black men be looked at critically. So you have to find some type of way to put the blame back on women in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And like you gotta unpack that. So you need to heal from doing that, Angela, since you were talking about unhealed people. Like you need some healing. You do. Because that's exactly what you're doing. And maybe you're doing it and you're unaware, but you're definitely doing it. Yeah, you need to heal, sis. All right. Yeah, and it's really weird. Like it's like I said, it's strange. They're definitely strange vibes. Brit, super strange. I don't know what she are.
You say something else about Tyler Perry, since this is also about him too. When it comes to art, like any type of like art creation, what it has to do with like visual or performing arts and things of that nature, you can tell a lot about the artist based off of what they constantly produce, you know? And I've seen like many different Tyler Perry films over the past 20 years, and I noticed like a lot of the themes are constantly the same. It's almost like, you know, it's like he's showing parts of himself through these films that he's like they're like fantasies of his that, you know, he portrays in the films in order to get like a nice little kick out of it, you know? Because I always notice there's always got to be a lot of grape, if I'm saying that right, for TikTok. It's always like something like that, or like, you know, like there's like a lot of hot, steamy male on male action, and in some cases with the male getting abused. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I understand if you showed in one film to shine light to a situation, but it's like it's got to be, he always has to have it in just like the majority of the films that he creates. And I'm thinking like, what is that? Like, what is it in your psyche that you're trying to convey?
He used the fact that, I'm sorry. Hey everybody.
Hey, sis.
He used the fact that, oh, it happened to me by a man and a woman when I was a child. So he was like, I just want to bring awareness of how our community hides when somebody gets essayed or grape. You know, how we quit to sweep it under the rug and how quick we are to do this. So that's why I always bring it up. And because if you also paid attention, magically, is that when he has those, his movies always have like somebody getting raped or essay, it's always like the devoted Christian elder woman who told the adults when they was a child that what happens in our house stays in our house. And now the adult who got all that happened is evil, is an evil, bitter BLK woman. She just hates the world, but most importantly, she hates herself. And there's a good man in her face. He could be a good
a good high yellow man or a good Latino in her face trying to show her love, but he cannot show her love because of the fact that, you know, she got this huge cloud on her, and the only thing she needs to do is just pray away and love that good old light skin be okay man. Yeah, and but I because I did put that in the comments. Like, he always talk about being SA, he always talk about being grape. The outcome is like the Christian matriarch woman.
Damsel in distress. There's always
Yeah,
got to be a damsel in
and the stress. Yeah, like it got to be like
distress where the sugar daddy has to come in and save her with his money, and the sugar daddy ain't shit either. But
yeah,
at times it portrays them in this like angelic type of light, and so like when I saw that guy come forward with the things that he was talking about, I'm thinking, you know, not only did I not hear this rumor before, but even if nobody ever said anything, you could just tell that he was like that just by the films that he produced. Because like he's done this, it wasn't even just like 1 or 2 or 3 times. It's like literally, it's to the point where when you turn on just about any film that he comes out with, you already know what's going to happen before you even see it play on the screen. And you know what was brought up earlier about how he had issues when he had struggles and he was abused as a child. And how, well, I think you said that about like how he did that to like shine a light on it. But it's like, okay, art can be used as a way to, you know, like as a form of shadow work, or as a way to, you know, like get all of that stuff out of you, or to transmute it into like into like something that helps people. But it's like he's done this like 10, 15, 20 times, and obviously it's not working. And I feel like he needs to look for like another healthy outlet, or maybe he just doesn't want to. Maybe that's just that's the side that he chooses to be on, and he just creates these films, you know, to act out like some type of fantasy of his. Like a lot of these films have gotten like so dark. Like I can't even watch Netflix anymore, because there was one point where, you know, I would click on random stuff and I noticed they all had similar themes, and then it just kept getting darker and darker to where every other film, it's always like somebody dating somebody that's underage, and it's like they're normalizing it. And then it's like you can't even tell the difference between whether or not it's an actual film or like corn. Do you say corn like the
yeah. We got.
Yeah, like you can't even tell if it's that or between that or like a corn video. And I know that like a lot of these creators, you know, they get a kick out of that. It's like they would low key probably make it a real one if they could get away with it. But, you know, like with film, it's like, you know, they can make it appear real, and you can't even tell the difference whether it's real or fake anyway. And they get their rocks off the same way. And I feel like that's what Tyler Perry's doing. There was some type of film that he came out with. I don't know what it is, but it's like a Netflix film, maybe like a year ago. I don't know. Or maybe it was this year. I don't know. And there was like a scene. It was like so damn disturbing. And I'm thinking, okay, this guy's a nut. This is like really where he wants to be at. But then again, there's been so many films throughout the years that told you that. And so I don't even click on them anymore. Actually, I don't even watch television anymore. When they were talking about this last one that came out, I don't know what it's called and I don't care. I refuse to watch it. It's like, it's always like some black woman struggling. It's like he harvests off the black woman's struggle. He harvests off like the victim struggle in order to get all this money. This is what makes him a billionaire. And this is why he refuses to move on to something new, on top of just wanting to get his rocks off.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with you. Let me go down here. Caramel Mermaid. Let me see here. Oh, I cannot see the thing. Okay, I'm sorry. I put the timer on. I'll still expand mine instead if you can see it.
Okay.
isn't a plot. There is not a plot. I'm sorry. There is. I don't think. I don't think there is a plot to take down BM celebrities.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't, because I think one thing is they, in general, no matter what social class, all of them. I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna say all. No matter what social class, majority of them, I'm gonna say, to be kind and sweet, a good 85% of them think in their minds they are the Donald Trumps, they are the Rockefeller, they are Howard Hughes. They, in their minds, they think they are rich. They are rich non-washcloth users, and that they can have, like, that's their whole mindset. Like, in their mind, they think they are rich male non-washcloth users. I don't know what I'm. How can I? I'm surprised, but I'm not shocked. Like, it's one of those, like, what? Then it's just like, I wouldn't put it past him. Bill Cosby. I'm gonna be honest. I know we might get some pushback. I have been a little bit on the fence because it was his. How can I say this? During the time and the race of majority of his victims, he should have been called way before Cosby came out. Because the thing is, and I'm going to say this, the way how it is systemically, if you a black man and doing that to all those non-washcloth using females, women, you would have got caught up. So I was just kind of on the fence about Bill Cosby, but then again, it was just like, I thought about
himself on YouTube joking about that.
Yeah.
Grape.
Yeah. The grape candy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has videos of him joking.
Hold on. But here's the tea. Here's some tea. What's that? Carl Payne. Everybody know him as Cole on Martin, right? So this is why I was on the fence at first, but then when I thought about what Carl Payne said about Bill Cosby, it was like, I was like, nope, yep, he did it. Because he always said that man used to have women coming out of his dressing room on the set of the Cosby Show so many times. And I remember when he said that, I was just like, he did say that. Yep, he did it. But that's why I was like, yep, he did. I changed my tune as soon as that memory popped in. You know how when you have doubts and then like a memory comes up and then you think about it, you be like, you know what, that person did do that. That person did say that. You know what? I believe it, because I remember that. Because I remember it was back in the day when you going to the hair salon. I was reading Sister to Sister, and he was mentioning, like, they didn't know that Carl Payne, he had like some kind of beef with Bill Cosby. He had a beef. The reason why he was supposed to like stay throughout the whole like upbringing with Theo, because that was his best friend. The reason why he got kicked out, because Bill Cosby had a no Jerry curl clause. Well, you remember that one scene where him and Malcolm had that one scene where they were supposed to shave off their head, and they did it. Well, long story short, there was a process on there. There was a little thing, and it made his hair curled. So he kicked him off because he said he was wearing a Jerry curl.
All right. Guys, let me ask y'all a question. What do you guys think that this Tyler Perry situation is going to be a big deal? Or do you think that he's going to be able to shut it down?
It's going to be a big deal.
You think so, Carmel Mermaid? Okay, what
Yeah.
do you think magically?
I think he might get away with it for a little while in the beginning, like he has for previous years, because, like there's always been whispers. Um, but I think eventually, with the energy that's going on right now, eventually it's going to catch up to him. He might be able to like pay his way out of it for a little while, but just a little while. And then ultimately he'll get caught up.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. And the thing about it is that I'm old enough to remember R. Kelly when he got in trouble for the video and all that stuff, and that he had with that girl, the underage girl. And in the video, somebody said Robert, okay? And this man turned his head and said, "What?" And when he got away with that, you would think, okay, like, brother, you almost went to prison. You know that you did these things. You know that you're guilty, but because of your money, because of the good lawyers that you hired, you were able to get out. You were able to not receive the consequences of your actions. But yet they did not stop. And I think that's the thing. I think that once you get like an appetite for things like that and you have the money and power to do it, you feel like you're untouchable, or the lust and desire for it ends up being so powerful that you can't stop. But I don't think, even if he does get away with this one, maybe he settles out of court or something and puts a gag order on the guy. I do believe he's going to do it again, because I don't believe they can stop. That's the reason why. Because if Diddy was smart, once he got caught beating the brakes off Cassie and he knew that somebody had that video, he should have stopped doing everything that he was doing. But he didn't. He kept on. The same with R. Kelly, the same with Bill Cosby, the same with all of them. They don't stop. So I think that even if Tyler Perry is able to get out of this, that he's not going to be able to get out. He's going to keep on. But in my opinion, with the fact that this is a white tea male and stuff like that, and he already has text messages that look suspicious, because ain't nobody going to tell me, like I said earlier, you telling a coworker, I'm horny, that is so wildly inappropriate, and you know that you're saying it so that you can get them to talk about intercourse so that you can have it with them. That's just the given. So it's not like, for any person that has one brain cell, they would know that Tyler Perry, just by seeing that is true. You know what I'm saying? Like, just by that should let you know that, yeah, he's been doing everything that people say. You know what I'm saying? Because who that is, and then not to mention, you have a balance of power. So you're somebody's employer, you're a billionaire, you write the show, you direct the show, you produce the show, you made the show, and you're telling somebody that you casted on the show, you horny. That doesn't seem like you're taking advantage of your position and you're a predator. Like, come on now. Like, for sure. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that this man said that he was straight. So you're telling a straight man that you're horny? Like, you don't find that to be out of pocket? Like, come on now.
You know what? Like, that right there, to me, it gives, like, majority of the G-men a horrible reputation, because it's bad enough that everybody thinks that a G-man is so quick to try to, can I say turn out? Trying to convert a straight man into their church. But, and that right there, like, it's something about a man like that where why are you focused? Why you focus on other members of a different church? Like, you can focus on a member from your church. There's a lot of G lawyers. If you want a man of stature. There's a lot of G lawyers, producers, executive producers, agents. Like, this is Hollywood. Like, there's a lot of G men behind the scenes. There's a lot of G men that are actors. So it's like, if this, because it's this guy and then Christian Keys both saying like they're straight men. Why your main target is straight men? Because you think with straight men you're going to get away with it because of the fact that, you know, they're going to feel insecure. They're going to be questioning themselves. They're going to be questioning their sexuality, that you can feel like the conqueror and you just want to emasculate them. Like, I mean, that's what I think that he's trying to do, because they're not going to come out and be like, oh my God, Tyler Perry did this to me. Like, no, if he did that, like if he did all the sexual activities to them, in his mind, they're going to be curled up in the corner and talking about why me, then resorting to any kind of candy known to mankind and be drinking all the devil's water. So, you know, that's my thing, like his main target. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's why he's targeting straight guys.
Yeah, magically we got the numbers up there for each first person to speak.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Were you done, Carmel Mermaid?
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Okay. So I end your countdown magically. I'll give you 2 minutes, 3 minutes to speak, and then I got to go down here to Bianca and Patriarchy Princess.
Okay, I'll make it short. I was just gonna say that I feel like Tyler uses those scenes to see how far the men that he casts for those roles will go. Like, because, you know, like not all men are comfortable, not all male actors are comfortable with acting out gay scenes on the screen.
You can't say that word. You got to say G.
Oh, G.
Yeah, you get the live shut down.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I feel like he tests these men out by seeing how far they'll go. And if they agree to do these type of G scenes on screen, he feels like there might be a possibility that he can take it an extra mile with them, especially if they need the money. So I feel like that's another thing of his. And that's why he has so many roles with these scenes on it where these men are getting abused by other males on the screen, or they're like in these secret relationships with men on the screen, on top of the fact that it's also like a fantasy of his.
Okay, all right. I definitely think you might got a point with that, magically. All right, let me end your countdown. I'm gonna go here to Bianca. Go ahead, Bianca.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to the panel and to the chat. I can't see the questions because you're small, but ultimately, to add to the conversation, I don't believe that there's a conspiracy. I think it cracks me up when that's the go-to for everything, to avoid accountability.
Yeah.
I think that XYs, I don't care how they present, it's been pretty consistent that they love this gotcha moment. There's this exposing that they like to do, even when they think women are competing with them. We've not even built the same, but there's this obsession with wanting to take away somebody's autonomy, and take away this secret, and they want to be the first to tell it. And if that wasn't true, why do they do it consistently across the board, no matter how they present? I would also like to say that with Tyler Perry and just BOK men in general, the amount of billions of dollars that have been made off of our image is insane. It's to the point where there was gonna be some cosmic and karmic response from the universe. You can't denigrate karmic response from the universe. You can't denigrate Black women, and basically, in some ways, that's a stealing and a siphoning of our resources and our intellectual property. Present it as your own. and then, by the way, don't share it, and basically tell us how we don't show up properly enough for you to gift us with it. So this is like I say this a lot, this is the rise of the divine feminine, and consequences are here. And I'm like a lot of women standing out of the way. You got this coming. You thought you was just gonna ride off of our backs and ride off of our image, and you was just gonna get away scot free. It doesn't work like that. And then far as all of the degenerates, there was even a short time I didn't fully believe the Cosby thing when it initially came out. And then there just gets to a point where you see interviews that maybe you were too young to see. I was a kid in the 80s and the 90s. So it's stuff that was happening that I didn't fully see or fully understand the whispers. And degeneracy has black men in a chokehold. It's to a level that I think we don't understand. And to piggyback off of the last conversation you guys were having in regards to why would you go after a straight man? Because once again, maybe because the BLK men present as straight and they typically bend. So they think that all men operate that way, or they think that most men operate that way. So when you're in the small percentage that don't do it, or you're not, GAY for pay, it's like, well, hey, why are we battling standards? I thought most of y'all didn't care. So this is a battle and a war that I think that women, especially black women, don't even understand to the degree that it is. And I think when you put yourself in front of this argument and you're defending these people, you have lost your mind. We're not there. Clearly, stuff is coming out about them for a reason. It doesn't mean that all this stuff is always true, but there's definitely some truth to it. And I think, host, you even stated that if anything, they won't stop. So to me, when you have dodged a bullet, you gonna go and do it again? So it's clearly it's something deeper with them, and it's not our fight.
All right, all right, all right. I appreciate you, Bianca. I think you made a lot of good points for sure. And I agree. I'm gonna go next to Patriarchy Princess and then Miss Chrissy, baby.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is there a plot to take down black men celebrities? No. Is it? All of us are being plotted on. That's why my name is the ex-patriarchy. Patriarchy plots on all of us. We all have to have discernment. They're supposed to be the leaders, providers, so I'm confused at what they're doing. So no. Tyler Perry being sued for harassment. Not surprised. Is anybody surprised at this? I'm not at all. R. Kelly, P. Diddy, Bill Cosby, and now Tyler Perry. Now, I have some theories on the G for the black man. I worked in a prison, male prison, for 18 years. I stopped working in the prison in 2015. So it's been a minute. But yeah, something's going on with our black men, because there was a lot of G activity going on in that prison. I'm saying it now, and I stand 10 toes down. Don't never date a man that's been locked up. Just don't do it. Just automatically know that they had some G activity while they was locked up in there. I don't know where this sexual behavior, just in general, them not being able to have discipline in their sexual behavior. I don't know where this come from. Is it from whatever was being done to them in slavery? But they need therapy, and I don't understand why they're not pushing forward. They should be embarrassed at this point. Embarrassment, like, get better. Like, you should be embarrassed at your stats, the the community? Like, what's going on? I'm just confused. That's all I got to say. And Bianca was cooking in the chat. Y'all was cracking me up in the chat. And on that note, you ladies have a great day.
All right. You too, patriarchy princess. And I'll just say, I definitely agree with patriarchy princess that, and I say this all the time, that if you are a Black woman, do not date a man that has been to prison or to jail at all, because I can guarantee you that he was getting bent on the bottom bunk by Bubba. Don't do it. For real. For real. Don't do it. Seriously, do not do it. And it's like, it'd be women that'd be like, oh yeah, I decided to give him a chance. He was locked up for 4 years, 5 years. You think nobody wasn't tampering with that Bucci cat while he was in there for 4 or 5 years? You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. Don't do it. Seriously, like, I really do mean that. And I definitely do think that some of it definitely has to do with the lack of actual discipline, because I do believe that the majority of Black men are not sexually disciplined, that they are a slave to their desires and lusts, which is the reason why they run around here making babies and putting their parts inside of everybody, and then acting shocked when they impregnate somebody. Oh, I don't want to be a father. You gotta terminate that baby. You gotta do this and that. Well, didn't you know that when you were doing what you needed that you were doing? Why didn't you protect yourself? Why didn't you use something? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that the collective of Black men doesn't have any self-control. And the reason why is because we in the Black community, even unfortunately, Black women, don't allow them to do it. We don't, not even that allow them, we don't require them to have self-control. So they run out here with no self-control, completely unregulated, completely a slave to their lust and desires. And that's exactly why when you have Black men that are able to achieve a certain level of success, where a lot of things are open to them, they go off the deep end, because they were never regulated. They never had self-control. They never did. And now that they got the money and the fame and the power, now they are more easily able to take advantage and do the debased things that they always wanted to do. That's why when you hear like red pill Black men say, oh, if I was paying the bills, if I did this for you, I would cheat on you. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to take care of you and treat you right and not cheat on you and not abuse you. Because they attribute success and financial stability with being able to harm, hurt, torture, torment, grape, essay, beat the brakes off of people. And that's actually disgusting, that when you know that the Black community, has a lot of things going on in it, that your thought process isn't that when you get some money, when you get some power, when you get some privilege, when you are able to do something, that you want to help, that you want to uplift, that you want to love on, that you want to take care of. No, your first thought is, oh, I would cheat on you. Oh, I would beat on you. Oh, I will do this, that, and the third. Like, yuck. And then people wonder why the Black community is in the state that it's in, because these are the men that are in the Black community with us, which is the reason why I really do believe that Black women should separate, as far as stop taking the shame on the stats in the Black community. And what I mean by that is that back in the day when I used to be like, pro-Black, a long time ago, not anymore, I'm only pro-Black woman now. But back in the day when I used to be pro-Black, I would argue and go back and forth with, white Hispanics and white Latinos and white people and Asian people about the stats in the Black community, when they would talk about, the crime rates. They would talk about literacy rates and education and all of these things. And I would be arguing with them like, well, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. But really, the majority of the bad stats only apply directly to Black men. Them and them alone. They make the Black community look bad statistically, not Black women. So I just said moving forward, once I became awakened, that I would say, hey, no, that's Black men, not Black women. When you're talking about the crime rate, get out my face, because the people that are doing the crimes are Black men and Black boys collectively. I'm sorry. And it's not like before anybody say, no, y'all acting like black women are perfect. Stop the games. Black women statistically do not commit crimes, and definitely violent crimes or carjackings, robberies, all of these things on any notable statistical level. They don't. Black women's incarceration rate has plummeted since the early 2000s. So my thing is, no, it's not us. It is not us. We are the most educated group. So education, check. Not doing crime, check. One of the biggest groups of way more homeowners than black men, and one of the largest groups of homeowners in the United States, check. All of the most employed race of women out of any of the racial groups, black women are the most employed, check. So it's like all of these things. Stop the games. I think that black women, we cannot be included in this. So when you see all these black men graping and essaying and perpetrating and taking advantage, I don't want to hear why the black community doing this to black. Excuse me, you mean black men? Huh? Come again? Excuse me? You mean black men because it's not black women. Period. And yes, teen pregnancy dropped as well. Y'all said that y'all don't like single mothers. Y'all out here demonizing girls that have babies. So you got the answer to your wish. You got your wish granted. Birth rates are down for black women, black girls. They said that right now, a study showed that black women's the first child birth age has changed from the 20s to the 30s, the first time in history. Y'all said that y'all don't like this, so black women are moving accordingly. You know, and I think that a lot of the things that black men said about black women is going to bite them in the butt at the end of the day. I think it's going to take 5 or 10 years to truly see that black men have really X'd themselves out. Exactly. They talk about choosing better. And I think that a lot of black women are simply not going to choose them. And they're going to be sorry about it, because at the end of the day, the other races of women do not like black men. I don't know why they believe that. Anti-blackness is prevalent across the world. Most families, especially families that are well off, got something going. Those girls are not, ghetto trash or whatever, or cast-offs from their community. The girls that have something going on in the other races, they don't want black men unless they can use them for something, unless they can get some power, clout, or some money. That's it. The majority of women of other races that actually are desirable do not want black men. They don't. And I think that they'll see in 5 to 10 years, when they are even deeper into this male loneliness epidemic, they'll realize what they've done to themselves. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I guess I kind of went off track, but I'm just saying, I don't think that black women should share in anything that black men have going on. Like, I really don't. Because I promise, if you get into it with a white tea person online, the first thing they want to talk about is the crime rate. And I always tell them, excuse me, I'm not talking to you, number one. And number two, that's black men. You're talking to a black woman. So shut up. We not doing that. Let me go up here to the top, and I'll talk to everybody. And then I think I'm going to end the live, you guys, because I got to go work out. So I'm going to let everybody speak first, and then I'll get out of here. I'll start at the top with Magically. Go ahead, sis. If you're there.
I just want to say that I just appreciate this chat, because I feel like the more we talk about it and take action, the better things will get in the future. And hopefully it will lead to more men being raised better collectively and actually contributing something to society.
All right. You done, Magically?
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right. I appreciate you, sis. I think this is the first time I talked to you, so I appreciate getting a chance to meet you today. All right, let me move next to Caramel Mermaid.
Excuse. Yeah, this was a good one. Real good one. And I have realized something is, like, when these men do these type of stuff, you kind of realize in your mind, you pick up their patterns. You pick up, like, what they put out in music. You pick out how they act, their interviews, their their movies, the themes of their movies, how it goes. You pick up the pattern, and then you be like, I'm not surprised. I knew sooner or later. One, like I said in the comments, since we can't say the actual, race, these, like I said, majority of these BOK men, they just want to have money and not use washcloths. They just want to think like a rich, non-washcloth user man. And then also, says you need to do a live. And I have realized something. There's been a pipeline going on. Like, I realized in the other lives I was in, a lot of Black women who have like a similar content of yours all said the same thing. Like, they're like, oh, back in the days in the early 2000s or in the 2010s, I was pro-Black. Like, that will be a good subject, because I was like, it sounds like there's a pipeline going on with that, because I'm like that. Like, I used to be pro-Black kid. Now I'm pro-Black, now I'm pro-Black woman. And I was like, it has to be a pipeline going on somewhere. Like, there's something in the transition where we're like, the milk and honey is not tasting right. So that's all I have to say about that. I'll land my plane. Like, I have realized there is a pipeline.
Yeah, definitely, Caramel Mermaid. I definitely think it's a pipeline. I think that if you're like a Black woman that's like aware of things and you like paying attention, you can just see that whatever you were pouring into Black men, or whatever defense that you were offering Black men, was never reciprocated to Black women. Like, never. And I know, like, I think I've already told everybody, but my awakening was that I was doing social media and I was making my pro-Black content. And, I would talk about Black men and the things that have happened to Black men, and the police brutality and all the other things. And Black men would be all on my side, in my comments, in my emails. Oh, we appreciate you, sister. Protect this woman. But then when I would bring up like Black femicide, or Black girls being raped or trafficked or SA'd, then all of a sudden, be quiet, shut up. You making Black men look bad. You making us look bad, giving me death threats, unaliving threats, and all of these type of things. And that's when I realized, like, Black men collectively do not care about Black women. They don't care about what's happening to you. They don't care about if you get SA. They don't care about if you get raped. They don't care about if you get the brakes beat off of you. They don't care about if you get unalived. They don't care if you get left a single mother and it wasn't your fault, that the man was abusing you or mistreating you or cheating on you and you had to go. They do not care at all. All they care about is themselves collectively. Now, I'm not talking about individual Black men that you may know that may be good and may be legit. I'm talking about collectively. Black men don't care. And once I actually really realized that and saw that in front of my eyes, I said that I would never give grace to Black men, never defend or protect Black men unless I knew you personally. If I knew you personally, knew you was a good dude, knew what type of character you were. But if I don't know you, you get nothing from me. The only people that get something from me and get grace and get love and get acceptance and get all of that are Black women, period. I said never, ever, ever again, because Black men's behavior towards me when I was trying to make videos about Black femicide and about things that were, it's like they were so disconnected from caring. It's like they didn't even have an ounce of sympathy. Like, it was literally insane. It was like, I always feel like Black women look at Black men as actually brothers or being part of the community, but they don't look at us the same. They don't. And that's when I realized, once I saw that, exactly, Lovely, the lack of empathy that they had towards Black women, it was just like, yeah, no. What I look like making videos about y'all? Huh? No. I had made this whole documentary that was about Black men and how they were being raped by this one officer. He had like hundreds of cases of him assaulting black men, I didn't even release it because after I realized it, I was like, no, I refuse to do it. But anyway, let me keep going. Go ahead. The ex patriarchy princess. Go ahead, sis.
Was a wonderful conversation. I always enjoy your content, Trigger, and the ladies in the chat. Fun, fun, fun. I mean, it goes back to what Bianca P13 said. You know, it's the reckoning. It's the divine feminine reckoning. Ladies, sit back, chill on out. This is, not the time to be dealing with these men, and just improve your life and sit back and watch the damn show and watch the reckoning. And it needs to be done. And hopefully on the other end of it, we'll get a handful of men or BLK men that will come out, heal, hold, and will help support the community. Other than that, let them go. I'm done. Bye, ladies.
All right. I appreciate you. Let me go next to, let's see here, Bianca P13.
Yes, thank you for having me. Thank you, ladies. And I also wanted to say, get your workout on. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm on the road today for my job. I have to visit one of my sites. So I'm going to be chilling, listening to stuff. And then I'm going to work out when I get back. Back to the subject. But I'm proud of us as a collective. I feel like so many of us get it. And the men in our lives, I'm sure they see the message that if we don't stay on track, we gonna be in that boat, and they don't want to be on that boat. And I'm just proud of Black women for continuing to level up financially, education wise, protecting their bodies. There's so many of us working out, going to therapy, loving on each other. And so I think it's amazing. This is not our fight. But I think these conversations are amazing. I appreciate your platform. You were one of the first platforms I saw when I came on the TikTok. And so I love these conversations. I think the honesty is necessary. If you noticed, it was no bashing. I know that's how they would perceive it if they feel a way about it, but it wasn't bashing. It was truth. And it's stuff that's the writing's on the wall. We see it clearly. There's, one of the ladies said, I think it was patriarchy. She was saying, and I apologize if I said your name incorrectly, but the fact that when you see patterns, it's telling. What are we going to do? Continue to put our head in the sand and pretend like we don't see it? It's there. And it's our job to be better. One thing I will say too is that financially we would be so much further, but when you have the men that have exploited us and stolen our intellectual property, and then you've given it to the adjacent group and you've allowed them to benefit off of it, when all you hunger for is being in your lower chakra, what do you expect? We should be nowhere near as depleted financially as a group that we display. And I think Black women have just gotten fed up and said, we ain't about that poor, broken poverty life. You can have it. Now they're mad because they're being left under the bridges and in their cardboard condos by their damn self. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope everybody has a great day.
Yes, I appreciate you, Bianca. And you know what? What you said, definitely I agree with. And I read this study not too long ago that said that, like, I think it's like 70% of Black men that are married and that are married to Black women are in middle class. But I think it was like if they're not married to like a Black woman, only like 20% of them are in middle class. So aligning themselves with Black women allows them to be moved forward up into middle class. Even though we know middle class is shrinking. I think that a lot of Black men benefit from the labor and things of Black women. And, oftentimes it's not in reverse. It's not. And yeah, and I just think that moving forward, Black women should just put themselves first and, focus on themselves. And I don't believe that any Black woman should give any type of support, protection, or defense to Black men unless you know them personally. unless you know them personally and what type of man they are. Other than that, I just don't feel like you should, because generally speaking, if the shoe was on the other foot, they would not do it. When do you ever see, black men defending and protecting black women that they don't know, or that have been, that's have had something horrible happen to them? Very, very rarely ever. Really never, you know. They normally try to say it's her fault, or yeah, like Bianca said, kick them while they're down, and things like that. So, but anyway, just so everybody knows before I get out of here, the prompt is sarcastic. The prompt is sarcastic. The prompt is sarcastic. I had to say it like Dr. Umar 3 times, okay? Because the prompt is sarcastic, all right? I definitely do not think that black men are being targeted. I think that black men are getting their just desserts because they don't have any self-control. And like somebody said in the comments, I think anybody could have saw that Tyler Perry was definitely on the type of time that he's being accused of right now. Anybody that don't get a creepy vibe from Tyler Perry, I don't know. But I remember this was probably like, I think this is when Mia Culpa came out. If y'all remember Mia Culpa, the Tyler Perry movie with Kelly Rowland. I said that Tyler Perry, you know what I'm saying, was like G, and he didn't really like women like that. And I said that's the reason why he made that movie like that. Do you know there was a woman that argued me up and down? Ooh, she called me on this live everything but a child of God. Told me that I was a hater. Told me that Tyler Perry wasn't G, that Tyler Perry was a real man and loved black women. Told me that I was a hater and I'm trying to take down the black community, and that Tyler Perry's been doing so much for black people. Lord have mercy. That lady tore me to pieces. I wish that I remembered that lady's name, because I sure would send her a message today and be like, come again? Tyler Perry, what? Tyler Perry over there telling another man that he horny. You think that don't mean that he's just... Come on now. He over here trying to use his power to make men, get bent over. Like, come on now. But you was cussing and yelling at me. She tore me to pieces when all I was saying is that I was tired of seeing Tyler Perry struggle movies and making black women suffer in the most horrific of ways. And to be honest with y'all, I did a social experiment. I watched the first 2 episodes on BET Plus of Divorced Sisters, Tyler Perry's newest series that features LaToya Luckett, from ex-Destiny's Child member LaToya Luckett, and it also stars Duvall, whatever his name is, Duvall, the guy that plays on Zatima, his wife, she's in there too. That show, nothing but filled with black trauma yet again. Everybody husband cheating. Everybody husband ain't no good. I think one of the husbands is G and having an affair with his male, co-worker. All of it just ridiculous. Anyway, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm getting off point. All right, I just want to say, so Tyler Perry's still doing the same stuff. He ain't never gonna change. He want to see you suffer and struggle, black woman. He wants to portray you in the worst of the worst light, to brainwash you, so that you don't expect nothing better in your life. And that's just disgusting. But anyway, let me get up out of here. I love y'all, and I hope that y'all have a great day. And I'll probably come back a little later, y'all. See y'all later. Once again, thanks so much to all the ladies that came up on the panel. And thanks especially to you, Magically, because you started off with me. I think it was you and Calandra, and y'all really helped me keep the panel going. And I appreciate y'all so much. And thanks to Magically, Calandra, Carmel Mermaid, the Ex-Patriarchy Princess, and Bianca. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. See y'all later. Bye.